Have you noticed how, at the end of the day, you can honestly say you're fine, and yet your body is still holding something it hasn't released? Nothing dramatic happened, nothing went wrong, and still there's a subtle weight in the chest, in the shoulders, in the breath, as if the world slowed down, but your inner system never received the signal to stop. Sometimes you're already home. The space around you is quiet. You look through the window and notice the sky changing color, the sun descending slowly toward the horizon. For a moment, time feels different, softer, less demanding, and that's when you realize something important. The day is ending, but you are still carrying the day inside your field. We, the Pleiadians, observe this moment as a true energetic threshold. Sunset is not simply visual beauty. It is a biological and emotional transition point. As the light shifts, your nervous system naturally seeks resolution. The heart looks for coherence. The emotional field becomes more open, more impressionable, more ready to be recalibrated. But most humans cross this threshold unconsciously. They stay connected to stimulation. They keep the same inner rhythm. They ignore the signal that nature is offering freely. And so the day doesn't truly close. It spills into the night, into sleep, into the next morning. That is why we are present with you now. You do not need to wait until exhaustion forces rest upon you. You do not need to carry unfinished emotional weight into the darker hours of the day. This moment, right now, is a natural portal of restoration. These healing frequencies are not random sounds. They are structured to meet your field, exactly when resistance is lowest. They do not ask you to focus. They do not require effort. They work beneath thought, where the body remembers how to return to balance. We are not here to create intensity. We are not here to demand attention. We are here to support the closing of a cycle in the most gentle way possible. So as the colors in the sky soften, as the sun completes its descent, allow your system to receive the same message. You do not need to hold everything together anymore. You do not need to analyze what is happening. Simply recognize this truth. Your inner state was designed to restore itself. When given the correct rhythm and the correct space, we begin the restoration now. Healing frequencies are not ordinary sound. They are not designed to entertain the mind. They are designed to communicate directly with the field. Your body does not receive sound only through hearing. It receives vibration through the nervous system, through the emotional body, through layers that operate before thought. That is why these frequencies work, even when you are not actively focusing on them. At sunset, this effect naturally intensifies. As external light diminishes, the brain shifts into slower rhythms. Mental tension loosens, and the emotional field becomes more accessible to restoration. This is the window where realignment occurs. These frequencies are structured to meet your field precisely here. They signal completion. They inform the body that the cycle of the day is closing safely. When this signal is absent, the system remains partially alert. Emotional charge is carried forward, and over time, inner noise becomes the default state. What is happening now is not symbolic. It may be felt as warmth, as subtle relief, or simply as quiet replacing inner pressure. We, the Pleiadians, act as guardians of emotional coherence. We do not interfere. We stabilize the field while your system restores itself naturally. Nothing is being forced. Nothing is being added. Only what no longer belongs dissolves. This process is active now. To anchor this realignment consciously, write the following sentence in the comments. My field is restoring. This statement stabilizes the frequency already present and reinforces the coherence being established. Remain with the sound. Your system is responding exactly as intended. Sunset has always been more than a visual transition. Long before language existed, the human system already understood it as a signal. Across cultures, across eras, across species, this moment marked a shift in awareness. Animals instinctively slow their movement. The environment becomes quieter. The field prepares itself for closure. Only the modern human learned to override this rhythm. As the sun lowers on the horizon, the electromagnetic conditions of the planet subtly change. This affects the human nervous system immediately, whether it is consciously noticed or not. Brain activity begins to slow. The analytical mind loosens its structure. The emotional body becomes more open, more permeable, more responsive. This is why the end of the day often feels different. Why reflections arise. Why memories surface without invitation. Why emotions that were held back during activity find space to emerge. This is not instability. This is access. Sunset naturally lowers the mental guard that holds unresolved material in place. When this portal is crossed without awareness, the emotional field remains partially open. Unfinished impressions carry forward. They enter the night, they color dreams, and they shape the tone of the following day. But when sunset is met with coherence, with frequencies aligned to its rhythm, the system completes what remained unfinished. That is what is occurring now. You are not trying to heal. You are not forcing release. You are allowing the cycle to close in the way it was designed to. The body recognizes this transition instinctively. It does not require instruction. It responds to rhythm. As these frequencies continue, they support the field in completing the day, without dragging its weight forward. Balance does not come from effort. It comes from correct timing. Sunset was designed as a doorway between engagement and restoration. You are standing within that doorway now. Remain. Allow. Let the system finish what it already knows how to do. While these frequencies continue to move through your field, our presence remains steady and unobtrusive. We, the Pleiadians, do not arrive to redirect your path. We arrive to hold coherence. While your system returns to its natural alignment, our role is not intervention. It is stabilization. We support the heart field as it reorganizes, softening emotional interference, reducing residual noise, and reinforcing a sense of internal safety. That does not depend on circumstances. This form of protection is quiet. It does not seek attention. It does not create sensation for the sake of proof. It works at the level where regulation happens. As the emotional body settles, tensions that have been held without awareness begin to lose their structure. They do not collapse dramatically. They simply no longer need to be maintained. Release occurs without revisiting the past, without retelling stories, without emotional replay. For some, this is felt as warmth in the chest. For others, as a deeper, more complete breath. For many, it is experienced as stillness, a neutral calm that replaces internal pressure. There is no correct way to feel this. Stability is the indicator. We are not amplifying emotion. We are preventing overload. As the system completes its realignment, our presence ensures that what is dissolving does not disturb what is stabilizing. This is why true protection feels subtle. It allows change to complete without creating imbalance. This stabilization is active now. To consciously anchor this phase of alignment, write the following sentence in the comments. I allow stabilization. This acknowledgement strengthens the coherence already present. and supports full integration of the process. Remain with the sound. The field is steady. The restoration continues in the correct rhythm. At this stage, nothing new needs to happen. The active phase has already completed. What remains now is integration, the quiet settling of everything that has shifted. Integration does not announce itself. It does not create sensation for confirmation. It unfolds beneath awareness, where the system no longer needs guidance. This is why the tone changes here. Less direction, less movement, more space. The frequencies continue, not to initiate change, but to support stability. What was loosened earlier now reorganizes itself naturally. Within the body, the nervous system, and the emotional field, breathing becomes slower without effort. The jaw relaxes, the shoulders soften. The body receives the message that nothing more is required. This is how safety is confirmed internally. The emotional field follows this signal quietly, not through expression, not through release, but through reordering. There is no need to search for meaning. There is no benefit in monitoring sensations. Observation turns into effort. Effort interrupts completion. So this phase is about allowing absence of effort. Allow the sound to move through you without tracking it. Allow the body to rest. In the rhythm it has already accepted. Even moments of emptiness are part of integration. Even moments where nothing seems to be happening are signs that the system is settling. Nothing is missing. What is integrating now will continue to stabilize long after this sound ends. This is how restoration becomes durable. This is how balance remains, without needing to be maintained. Remain present. Remain receptive. Let the system finish its work in its own time. As these frequencies continue, your system is no longer responding to adjustment. It has moved beyond transition and entered stabilization. What began earlier has now completed its full arc. Nothing remains open. Nothing remains unresolved. This is not a state you are trying to hold. It is a state that is holding itself. The body recognizes this immediately. Breathing remains steady without guidance. Muscles rest without instruction. The nervous system releases its final layer of alertness. There is no signal left to interpret, no task left to complete. The emotional field no longer scans the environment. It no longer looks backward. It no longer anticipates forward. It settles into neutrality. This neutrality is not emptiness. It is balance, not relief, not elevation, but quiet certainty. This is how the system confirms that a cycle has truly closed. Many confuse relaxation with completion. Relaxation fades when stimulation returns. Completion remains. What is stabilizing now does not depend on silence, does not depend on sound, and does not depend on attention. It belongs to the structure of your inner field. We, the Pleiadians, remain present until this stabilization stands entirely on its own. Our role is not to guide you forward. Our role is to ensure that what has restored itself does not drift once engagement resumes. Nothing here is fragile. Nothing requires protection through effort. The field is now self-regulating. This is how restoration becomes durable. This is how coherence persists. Without maintenance, you are not stepping out of this state. You are simply allowing ordinary awareness to return around it. This alignment does not disappear. When the sound ends, it remains beneath activity, beneath interaction, beneath thought. It becomes the background. This process is now sealed. To consciously affirm this stabilization, write the following sentence in the comments. My inner state is restored. This statement does not create the state. It acknowledges what is already complete and brings conscious agreement into harmony with the field. Remain with the frequencies, for as long as feels natural to your system, there is nothing else to transition into. There is nothing left to accomplish. The restoration has integrated fully. We remain in quiet presence, in protection, in coherence. Remain.